And we are live. Breaking news. Did you guys hear about this? Did you hear about the U.S. Supreme Court ruled a couple of days ago against the FTC and their overreach and their abuse of power? And I have the one and the only Mr. Jay Noland that I'm going to bring on here in a second, and he's going to talk about this, man, because it affected him personally. Let's bring Jay on. Jay, welcome. You're muted. You're muted. Why are you muted? How'd you get muted?
I'm not muted now. Can you hear me good?
There. Yeah.
What's happening, dude? Man, hey, everything, big stuff happened. It's been a crazy 48 hours, Ken. It's just been absolutely nuts. As a matter of fact, I'm about to share this all over the place. Hold on. I got this. Look at this. Ken Walls, you're everywhere. I see. How many platforms are you on, Ken?
We're on 10 right now. We're on 10.
Gracious. I see you all over the place. All right, I got that posted. All right, here we go.
So dude, I know a little bit of the backstory. Corey Calvin's in the house. What's up, Corey Calvin? There's my brother right there. Bruce Mills. So look, there's a lot of people that are watching right now that this whole thing impacts. You have been a massive leader in the network marketing industry for many, many, many years, sold billions of dollars. Well, not you personally, but you've created, okay, maybe you have, I don't know. But anyway, you've been involved in billions of dollars in transactions and helping people build a business and a lifestyle and an income for their families. And you've got a huge team of people that work with you. And dude, some crazy stuff happened, man. You want to talk about it?
Yeah, it's been nuts. You would believe that this is the land of the free, the home of the brave, where our founding fathers fought for our freedoms, our constitutional rights. And I just been blown away for the past 20 years in learning, how much that is really not true. And most people don't know it until they get out and really start doing business. And once you get out and start doing business, most people know that, there's regulatory, all type of regulations on businesses anyway. There's all type of taxing on business anyways. Everybody knows that. But hardly anybody knows about this kind of like this quasi sneaky type operation that's been going on for decades with the Federal Trade Commission, to where they've been utilizing this section 13B of the FTC Act to really go in my opinion, rape and pillage businesses, Ken. I mean, it's been horrendous what's taking place. And the Supreme Court just a couple of days ago on 9-0 voted.
That's all of them, right?
Every one of them said, hey, this is wrong what you've been doing. What was unique is the January 13th, 2021 hearing that took place on this issue, which hardly anybody knows what was going on. But the United States Chamber of Commerce, they were involved with the amicus briefs. We've got the Retailers Federation, they were involved. So a lot of the big folks that are behind, like the engines of the business of this country, they saw what was going on. And so they got involved in this Supreme Court case that directly affected me and my company as well. And we had a bunch of our affiliates with our company, which was the only direct sales MLM company to have their affiliates file amicus briefs in support and helping keep the freedoms in this country. It's been amazing. And so the ruling came down just a few days ago that
dude,
they were wrong.
Let me say this, man. Because we're going to get into this and go deep, man. People need to know what the heck is going on. But dude, I want to tell everybody on here, share this out, share it to look, you know how you get invitations to all those private groups? Share it there. They invited you, so share it there. And make sure that everybody on planet Earth hears the truth, because the truth is coming out now. And dude, I read through some of the stuff that you and I were talking earlier on the phone. You sent me a couple things, and like you could just have somebody sitting up at the FTC having a bad day. Her husband just cheated on her. Something happened. And she's like, you know what? I think I'm just going to go ahead and click this button right here with one click of the mouse and seize the assets of an individual and their company and everything, man.
Yeah. Off of hearsay. It's the most bizarre thing ever. And so I got to give a shout out for some major players that made a difference here. There's an attorney called Angel Reyes out of Texas. He did an article several months ago and he said, does the FTC have blood on its hands? And so he went and did a research and come to find out how many multiple business owners were committing suicide because of them being treated worse than criminals, having no rights. There were these secret ex parte hearings to where the FTC, let's just say somebody, they got a bone to pick with you. Say it's your competitor, for example, or say it's an ex-employee that you had to let go, a disgruntled staff member. They can go file complaints. And then like Ken just said, somebody at the FTC can go, I want to go after that person. And we're going to go see a federal judge and we're going to create stories to make this person look a certain way. And then the judge does a stamp. And the next thing you know, all your bank accounts, your credit cards, all your assets of your business, sheriffs show up at your place of business. They come in, they confiscate everything and you're shut down and you never had a word in it. You couldn't ever say one word. And then they say, hey, in about 12 to 14 days, show up for a hearing and try to defend yourself to see if the judge is going to let you get your business back. And a lot of times they don't. They make you wait a couple of years before you have a hearing.
Dude, wait, this is not like, you're not just like defending yourself against Aunt Mabel. This is the U.S. federal government.
Yeah. And nobody knew what was going on.
This is insane, man.
Nobody knew what was going on. And so they've done this under, I've got a couple of pieces of paper I printed out. So this one right here, which is from the FTC's pages, it talks about monetary relief.
Here, hold on. Let me give you full screen. Show that again.
Yeah, so it talks about monetary relief that they go after. So they're supposed to be protecting consumers. So to kind of give you an idea, you'll see this number right here. During this particular span, they collected over $5 billion, for consumers, but they only paid back to consumers $269 million.
Wow.
So they took from businesses $5+ billion, and this is on their site, and they only gave back to consumers $269 million, which is 5% of the money that they went and took from business owners. And so
what'd they do with the rest of it?
That's what Justice Amy Barrett of the Supreme Court asked them. What are you doing with this money? And they couldn't even really give an accounting for it. So 5% of the money that they're taking from business owners is going back to these, quote, consumers that they say they're protecting. And so I've had to deal with this in and around for about 20 years, that they can just arbitrarily say anything about you. So people can get pissed off, file a bunch of false complaints, especially your competitors. And if you get the wrong lawyer on the wrong day, go, I'm going to go mess with Ken today. I'm going to go mess with Sally today.
You know, dude, I mean, here's the thing. Because I know that the network marketing industry as a whole is a great industry with a lot of very honest, good, hardworking people that just want to experience something phenomenal for themselves, their friends, their families, and the companies that they represent. I have some unbelievably good friends in network marketing, you being one of them. Larry and Taylor Thompson. Larry's the co-founder of Herbalife, you know. He went through it. Jen Moran, all up, right. But like, all of these people are good people, but one caveat, there are people in the industry, like any other industry, that are bad players. And the bad players do need to be held accountable, but not in this way. Like, this is like guilty until you prove yourself innocent, and not just guilty. You're guilty, and we're taking all your stuff until you prove yourself innocent. And that
and
seems
leave you with no money to defend yourself. And then tell you can't, and then get a judge to give an order. You can't get a loan to defend yourself.
That's crazy, man.
That's what's happening. And that's why a lot of business owners, everybody go on the internet and type in, does the FTC have blood on its hands by Angel Reyes? And if somebody's on the chat, they can post an article on the chat, read it. Everybody stop. If you have a business, just stop, take the time. It's going to take you about 20, 30 minutes. Read the article. Yeah. And then you will find out the truth about what's been going on. And it's not just me saying it anymore, or some of us business owners who've been attacked saying it. It's the Supreme Court said you guys are doing. 9-0.
Finally.
Maybe 5-4, 6-3. 9-0, Ken.
Dude, that is crazy. That's awesome.
Yep. And everybody should go listen to the January 13th. So go over to United States Supreme Court blog and listen to the January 13th hearing, where you can hear all 9 justices questioning the FTC's attorneys. And I think it's one of the first times, excuse me, I think it's one of the first times that the Department of Justice didn't show up on behalf of the FTC. It was kind of like they're like, you're on your own.
Wow.
Because it's so egregious.
Jay Skinner says, what did the court say? What was the complaint? It came from the original complaint came from a wasn't it like one of those check cashing quick loan payday.
So AMG Capital Management, which they found he was wrong, but the way that they were using the law to get the money was wrong. But what they've been doing, there are people that are foul, right?
Yeah.
But they've been using this 13B to just go do money grabs against any and everybody that they want to. That's the issue. So without any due process in this country, we have a thing called due process. Like Ken just said, it should be innocent until proven guilty, because anybody can just trump up anything on you, especially if they're a competitor or a disgruntled staff member. I'll give you an example. Here's a direct example of mine. Okay, so I had a staff member. Okay, so this guy let me get this guy right here worked for my company. He was married with 3 kids. Yeah, this was my assistant. Yeah, he had an affair with my assistant. He came to me and asked me, could he leave his wife and kids to be with my assistant? I have a strict no fraternization policy. I then fired her. I fired her and demoted him and tried to give him an opportunity. He then went and got 25 or so people to file false complaints with the FTC on me and my company. And then the FTC started an investigation. Wow. And then when we found out they were investigating, my attorney, I'm going to show you what happened. My attorney, David Eisenstein at the time, said, hey, we offer our full cooperation. Is there anything you want to know? So a week went by. They come back and said to him, no, we're good. 6 months later, I get served a lawsuit with all my assets frozen, and 3 of my wife and 2 of my other partners, they get their assets frozen. And all because this guy went and filed false complaints with a group of people. Now, tell me how that's justice.
So so that was the basis of them seizing everything?
Well, they came in and made up stories. Oh, you're running an illegal pyramid. They said, hey, you brought all this money, but you've only paid out $1.1 million in commissions. Lie. Because they didn't accept my cooperation to look at all of our data. We paid out over $2.6 million. So that's a $1.5 million mistake. Wow. $1.5 million mistake.
And they wouldn't even listen.
Wouldn't listen a lick. They just went at it and said, we want to kill you. We want to take you out. They made up all these false allegations. And so my attorneys at the time did the best I guess that they thought they were doing, which ended up being terrible. And then next thing you know, they said, well, you got this preliminary injunction, so let's go through this process. And then they haven't even set a hearing.
That's crazy.
So we've been since January 13th, 2020. And we could have said, all right, look, we throw up our hands, but we said no. We didn't throw up our hands.
You said something to me. I don't know. I mean, I was at your Red event, 2-3 years ago?
Yep.
In Vegas, which by the way was off the hook for anybody. Like, it was off the hook. But and you and I have been friends for a while now, and you said something to me. You're like, dude, if this can happen to me, this can happen to any business owner. It's not just because it's a network marketing business or an affiliate business. It can happen to anybody. Yeah. And Rhonda just said it. All business owners are at risk if the FTC can continue to abuse their power. I totally agree with that, man. I totally agree.
Here's an amicus brief that was filed. So amicus briefs are third parties who are speaking to the court, telling the court, this is what we feel is the facts and the truth. So this one was written by Cynthia Fleming, which is the counsel of record for the Americans for Prosperity Foundation.
Yeah.
So she wrote about the abuse of the FTC, and she put pictures in here where the FTC storms into business. This is a traditional business. Storms in, takes over the computers. Look at this. Got employees having their hands up, hands up in the air. These are like people just in a business.
Jeez. What?
And they go in, and for most of these people, they can't even defend themselves because they shut down everything. They go in and just take them out. They say for hours in a small vestibule, interviewed individually in a separate room and asked to sign statements. No attorneys were present on behalf of this company called VTech. Or look up VTech and the FTC. Look up that case. That's just your traditional business. All of you out there that have a traditional business, go look at this. FTC versus VTech. It says the FTC's investigators retrieved information from VTech's computers and cloud storage. During the raid, the FTC Litigation Counsel read computer screens and documents and explored offices. One officer told employees they were being detained.
What?
Shortly thereafter, the receiver, the FTC's attorneys, the support staff entered the VTech's offices. They shut down security cameras and compelled employees to open secure locations. So these organizations,
the FTC comes in carrying guns and stuff? I mean,
they get the sheriffs to go in and do it for them.
Oh my gosh, man.
So this is one amicus brief filed in the Supreme Court.
That's insane, dude.
All right, watch this. Watch this.
Look what Brooks says here, man. This is true. You said this. The FTC's gone to Congress to try to get their power back that the Supreme Court just took away from them.
Yeah. So people got to go right into their Congress. These are amicus briefs on behalf of this illegal behavior. Here's another one this is from John Vecchione, the attorney for New Civil Liberties Alliance. They filed an amicus brief against the FTC. Here goes another one. This is Melissa Kimmel and John D. Grobert, one from Pharmaceutical Research and Manufacturers of America, another one from Covington and Burlington LLP. They filed an amicus brief against the FTC, saying that what they were doing was illegal. Here goes another one. This is Alfred Pfeiffer, Roman Martinez. So these are attorneys. They filed amicus briefs against the FTC. Wow. The United States, what about this? The United States Chamber of Commerce, Ken, filed an amicus brief. Tech Freedom. So these are like regular companies and organizations that are saying, hey, this stuff is off the charts, foul. And in my case, it's crazier that the gentleman that I showed you, Ken, tell me what you think about this. So the gentleman, the ex-staff member, so the disgruntled staff member, we then go file a suit against him in November of 2018. So he goes and gets all these false complaints going. We file a lawsuit in the state of Nevada against him. So this is a copy of the lawsuit that we filed in the state of Nevada. Okay.
Yeah.
So we got the lawsuit filed. The judge grants us a preliminary injunction. A preliminary injunction against him. So we file a lawsuit. The judge says, you're wrong. Several of the people that filed the false complaints, we had to add them to the suit. But guess what the FTC said? The FTC said, Jay and his company, they're suing consumers. So instead of telling the truth that these people are trying to lie and hurt our company, and a judge, a sitting judge in the state of Nevada said, Jay, your company, Success by Health, Success by Me, you're right. They're wrong. She grants a preliminary injunction. We try to tell the FTC that they didn't want to listen to me. They just wanted to take our money and ruin us, smear us all over the internet. They didn't give a damn about me, my son, my family, nobody. They didn't care. Not 1 inch.
Wow. Dude.
And so what happened is, a lot of our affiliates stood up and fought. We fought, and a lot of our affiliates stood up and fought, Ken.
I know a lot of affiliates with your company, a lot. And there's one of them right there. Look at her. Susie Q. I love that woman, man. So like these folks are really, 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 really good people. I mean, like really good people. And it's not like some, everybody, I think anybody that's ever accused of anything, of course, the natural response is to be defensive and I didn't do it and whatever. Dude, that's not the case with your company. You guys are legit, man. I've seen it. I've been there. I've seen it. I know the people.
This is our primary product, coffee.
Right.
I want everybody that owns businesses. I want you to understand it. This is our primary. This is like a black coffee. Okay. This is like a latte coffee. Okay.
And it's good. It's good. It's good. It's really good.
I want you to get this, Ken. So we sold this and products like this around $7 million worth.
Yeah.
Delivered the product to people. They got the product. Most of them used it, consumed it, or sold it. The FTC says, we want you to give us all $7 million back. They want us to pay them all the money back for the coffee that you wouldn't order. And so they said we sold this under the guise of an illegal pyramid scheme, saying that guaranteeing people are going to make income. They have not 1 inch of any guarantee of any. I tell people, I don't care if you buy products or you don't buy products. Everybody's free to do what they want. We have a zero. You don't have to pay. You pay your $49 fee with our company, like a Costco, and then you can get your products at wholesale. Plus, you get a 10% commission back, which is everything is like a retail commission back. Simple. So I want you to imagine if you're out there just selling products and then you tell people, look, you can do whatever you want to do. Most of you won't do it. And you record all the videos and all the audios of you saying this. And then the FTC say, we got these 25 people that are our witnesses. Then they put Ken, what I'm going to tell you next, you're not even going to believe what I heard in a federal courtroom, February 12th, 2020. You're not going to believe it. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
They hired an expert witness named Stacy Bosley out of Hamlin University in Minnesota. She's supposed to be an expert witness. She gets on the stand. Our prior attorneys found articles about her relating MLM and direct sales to the Ku Klux Klan. So she was relating.
Dude, you fit the bill. You look exactly like a Klansman would look. What the hell? What?
Imagine me sitting in the courtroom, me, an African-American CEO. And in my turn, I didn't know my attorney was going to bring this up.
Oh my God.
And they said, well, why did you do this report or involved in this report regarding the Ku Klux Klan, MLM? So any of you out there that are in MLM or direct sales, Stacey Bosley was relating the industry to the Ku Klux Klan.
Oh my God, dude.
Now, when our attorneys ask her why, I'm going to paraphrase what she said, but I'm pretty close. She says, many people are intrigued by the Ku Klux Klan.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, that's
now you imagine me sitting there as a black man hearing the chief witness against me saying that many people are intrigued by the Ku Klux Klan. How do you think I felt? Look, Jody, she's right there.
She was there. Was she there?
Yes.
Oh my God, that's crazy, dude.
I don't know if there's any other people that was there that heard that. If y'all were there and y'all heard her say something similar and you're watching this, you could talk. And I'm gonna ask everybody in your audience, how many of y'all, look at Andrew says, was she smoking? How many of y'all, look, there's somebody's heard. How many of y'all are intrigued by the Ku Klux Klan?
Dude, I'm sorry. That it's not funny, but it's funny. Are you freaking kidding me, man? That is insane.
Ken, are you intrigued by the Ku Klux Klan?
No, dude. They're insane. It's crazy.
Okay, anybody you run with, are they intrigued by the Ku Klux Klan?
Yeah, most of my friends, we sit around and talk about it. Like, what the heck? No, man, it's stupid.
So if somebody, I want to ask you a question. If somebody says that many people are intrigued by the Ku Klux Klan, what question would that make you ask about that person?
I'd say you must be. Like, to say some stuff like that, you gotta be. Like, you gotta be.
I never even heard that in my life, somebody saying something like that.
That's insane.
And that is the government, the FTC's.
She works for the FTC.
So they hired her as an expert witness against me and my company.
Wow.
This is in the court documents.
Melanie said I was sitting in that courtroom. She said that. That's crazy.
Yep.
Brooke said I heard her say it. Oh my gosh, dude. That is freaking nuts.
And I'm saying it was like it was a gasp in the courtroom.
Well, I would think somebody laughed at her.
No, everybody was gasped. Like,
I can't even believe that, dude. That's insanity.
Look at all the people coming up saying they heard it.
Wow.
Look, now when we did filings, our attorneys did filings, and there were dozens of affiliates that filed affidavits saying that they feel there's racial bias in this case against me because there's no proof of anything we've done wrong. And then they pointed towards the expert witness talking about that many people are intrigued by the KKK. The court's response is, instead of addressing that question, was, well, she didn't write the article.
Oh my God.
Instead of addressing what she said.
Look what Roxy says. She must have been I mean, dude, this is crazy.
Y'all I'm telling you, I'm in the middle of this right now where they're trying to take our company out. They're trying. So, and this is the first time this has ever happened that I know of. 700 plus of our affiliates filed a suit against the FTC.
Dude.
To a motion to intervene and to file a class action suit.
Wow. So Andrea asks a good question. So how is that related to MLM in any way?
They accuse us of a legal pyramid deal, but they talk about all this other stuff that we don't have a clue about. And that's what they do. They smear, they throw smoke screens, they take your phrase. So for example, I'm gonna give you an example, like something, I'm gonna kind of give you how it kind of works. Ken goes, man, we're going to kill it today on this broadcast. They'll say, we're going to kill it and then they'll take it and go, Ken's trying to commit murder.
Yeah.
Not kill it, not the whole context. They go take a little piece of your sentence, put it in front of the judge. The judge stamps orders against American people. Look at that. 767 affiliates now are suing, are have hired an attorney, paying the attorney tens of thousands of dollars already.
Wow.
To go sue because they're going. So I want you to imagine this. They said that we were deceiving people. So 25, 26 people go in and file false complaints, which, by the way, many of them were deposed already and found out that they were lying by attorneys. Okay. So now, think about this. So 26 people, watch this, kid. 26 people say, Jay and the company's bad. 767 say, what the hell are you talking about? And the court is not listening to the 767. They're listening to the 26, of which we have a preliminary injunction against in the state of Nevada. With the judge saying that these people are foul. So they're not listening to us or the affiliates. So what does that tell everybody? And this stuff's been going on across the nation. This is just my company, my business.
Look what Tevis says.
First time I ever missed commission check. Oh, and so the court appointed a receiver. She is now taking hundreds of thousands of dollars that we earned and done hardly nothing. She waited almost 5 months to ship products.
Gosh.
We were doing hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in product orders. And of all these consumers that were ordering products, she was put in place to preserve the assets of the business. And instead of shipping the product, she took 4+ months, almost 5 months to ship the products. What do you think?
Dude.
And at the same time, they submit bills and go, we want to get paid $100,000. And we go, what'd you do? Nothing. And then she defamed us publicly.
Wow.
And so what the Supreme Court has said is all that's illegal, what they did.
I mean, they ruled in your favor. But what the worst part of all of this is now that the Supreme Court has said, no, you're overstepping. You don't have that kind of power and authority. You can't do that. Like now they're trying to circumvent the highest court in the land, the Supreme Court, and go back to Congress, probably trying to somehow grease some palms, call on some favors in Congress to try to get their power back, which is insanity.
And the only way we stop this stuff is if we, the people, every one of you listening, I know our affiliates have galvanized together to create channels to where you can write Congress. Everyone listening to me that's an American, you should hit that link. It's simple. You fill out and say no more. You send it to, and you reach out to your representative, your congressman, so your senator and your House of Representative person in your state, and you tell them no more. Read the article, does the FTC have blood on its hands? And then send that copy along with it and say, we are not going for this.
Where is there a link where somebody can go find where to write?
If you go over to, I think the Phillies put together there it is, sbhclassaction.com. All the updates about this case are right there.
Links to write your congressman and all of that.
They got all the links on there. They got all the links on there. They're going at it. But the judge, so hours after the Supreme Court case, the judge in our case, he sent out. We didn't file any motions yet. The FTC didn't do anything yet. The judge put an order out within hours of the ruling on the 22nd of April. He said, as the parties are no doubt aware, earlier today, the Supreme Court issued its decision in AMG Capital Management LLC versus FTC. Among other things, the court concluded that Section 13B of the FTC Act does not authorize the commission, the FTC, to seek and a court to award equitable monetary relief such as restitution or disgorgements. The parties are ordered to meet and confer about these issues and then submit a joint memorandum by April 29th. So the judge has already told them what you guys have done can't do. Thank you, Garland. Thank you, Garland.
Yeah, we're on LinkedIn. Hey, everybody, go over to LinkedIn as well and share this out. Share this out everywhere, man. This is important. I think that, the U.S. government, I love Ronald Reagan's quote, more government is not the answer to our problems. Government is the problem. I think that, again, there are bad players in any industry, any industry that need to be held accountable, but not like this. There is something called due process. You talked about it a little bit ago, and they're literally circumventing any due process and finding you guilty, one person who may not even have an education in any way. Obviously, they're very uneducated, but they're like, there's Joe Ingram. They're just doing whatever they want. That's Joe Ingram over on YouTube.
I mean, guys, if you have a business, if you got a business, I'm telling you, if you have a business and this is not put in check, at any moment, somebody could just have I'm telling you, I went through it in 2000. How did they try? Let me show you what they tried to do with me personally. In 2000, I was with a network marketing company.
Yeah.
It was like the first time the internet network marketing came together. We had a big organization take off. The company couldn't keep up with the growth for whatever reasons. So I was frustrated with the company. I'm just a distributor, by the way. And I resign from the company and I leave and I go to another company to go work on building my career. I used to play professional baseball. So I was trying to find things that could replace my income potential with professional baseball.
Right.
So I go to another company. Ken and family, all of you listening. I think approximately 3-4 months later, the FTC sued me. They sued that company and then put my name on the lawsuit because I had a big team. And then put my name on the lawsuit. They sued the company. And when I called them up, I was like, this has to be a mistake. What are y'all putting my name on there for? Well, we have allegations that you've said this and this. Well, guess who did the complaining, Ken? Guess who did the complaining? My affiliates on my team who were upset that I was leaving and not staying got mad and filed false complaints.
Oh my God, man.
And rather than them asking me and trying to prove, I had to fight with them because I couldn't afford attorneys. I tried to. I spent like $40,000 in 3 or 4 months. And then I said, I can't do it anymore. I had to represent myself. So this happened November 2000, and I fought them all the way to July 2002.
Dude, that is crazy.
And then I settled with them, Ken, with no admission of wrongdoing. Anybody can see the lawsuit. Line 4 of the lawsuit says no admission of wrongdoing. Okay. Line 7, the paralegal that was helping me out says you got to make sure to put this in there. It says this order should not be construed as any admission of guilt or wrongdoing. So now it's the court saying that nobody can construe me as having any guilt. And then they gave me some parameters to say, hey, you cannot, so in essence, make any income claims, which I'd never done in the first place, ever. Nobody's presented one piece of evidence I've done that, none. And they said, basically, you got to keep strict compliance records. So I'm like, no problem. They said, this is a 6-year agreement, but you permanently can't make it. I was like, no problem. So I signed the agreement so I can get on with my life, and I had no admission of wrongdoing. Do you know that they used that order and went in and said, oh, he is a recidivist, repeat offender.
Wow, dude.
They got the judge to say it.
Wow.
rather than them looking at what another judge ordered that it can't be considered an admission of wrongdoing, they went and then used that against me. And I believe, I'm going to tell you what I believe. And Ken knows me. He knows I don't use race cars and all that stuff easily. But to me, in my opinion, there's racial bias because of some of the language and things that are used. Like in the complaint against me, they talk about we play loud music at our events.
You did.
Yeah.
I was there. It was good. It was good, loud music.
What's wrong with that? They do dancing and play loud music at their events. They say, "Oh, he bought a Range Rover."
Let me say something for the record, because they'll watch this. So let me go on the record. I've known you now for several years, 4 or 5 years, and maybe longer. And I came out to Vegas to your event. You invited me as a VIP guest. And Jay, did you ask me to be on your team? You did.
Yeah. Yeah.
You wanted me on your team. Did I join your team? No, I didn't. And because I said, I'm building my own thing. I love you, bro, but I'm doing my thing. And you said, dude, anytime you want in, let me know. I'd love to have you here. Yep. You never told me how much money you made. You never told me, dude, you could make $1 trillion. You could be the world's first trillionaire if you just come and sell some coffee. There was none of that, dude. So I'm going on the record saying I'm one of your closest friends. Yep. That you asked me to join. Yep. And you didn't even tell me that. Why would you tell a complete stranger that? And I saw it, man. I saw your training. I saw they're crazy. They're out of their mind.
Yep.
They're out of their mind, dude. So
I got recorders where I tell people, don't give me your money.
Yeah.
I said, don't give me your money unless you are committed to what you're purchasing. See, I think the stats are like, we had like 30-some thousand transactions. If you're in business, you should understand this, online. And a net 88 chargebacks out of 30-some thousand transactions. It's one of the lowest that I know of in the industry. So if people were getting shit, why didn't they go do chargebacks? It's foul. But this is what I'm standing up here for right now, is there's people that's killed themselves because they didn't have the support I've had. I'm telling you, what they did to me, I was dead in the water without hundreds and hundreds of people coming to our rescue. Wow. We've had to depend 100% on donations for most of the past over a year, had to depend until we can get our new businesses up and going. Yeah. And our affiliates, our friends jumped in and paid the attorney's fees. And then not only did that, went and got their own attorney and went and sued the people. So the people that the government says that they're trying to protect are saying, no, you're not. And they filed a motion to intervene and asked the judge, would you please listen to us, the people that they're saying were cheating? And the judge denied them.
Why?
Twice.
Why is that? Why? Why though, dude? Why?
You answered. Everybody out there figured that out. I don't know.
That is insane. Like that's
so
insane.
They've had to file an aggressive appeal to get the judge to listen to the people that have the actual experience.
Wow. That's insanity, bro. It's insanity.
You see a bunch of them. It looks like a bunch of them showed up on here. They're like,
yeah, there's a lot on here, man.
What do you think?
Share this out. Share it out, man. This got to get out, man. This is crazy.
This is man. I don't care if I got to die for this. My son, your daughters, your beautiful daughters, Ken. Can you imagine them having a company and this happening to them?
Nope.
Well, this happened because our parents didn't make a stand. And our grandparents didn't make, and guess why most of them didn't make a stand? It's been done in the shadows.
Yeah.
And nobody knew that this could go on. And it's happening all the time. And Congress said that you guys had this act for certain circumstances. And in the beginning, you guys used it very limited. And now all of a sudden, you've got 80 some, I think it was last year, 80 plus times they did it to people last year, where they had done it like 4 or 5 times a year before that.
Now, again, I do totally support holding bad players accountable. So do
1
you.
million %. 1 million %.
So do you. And
yes.
And so bad players, bad people out here,
yes.
in any business,
Yes.
in any business, not necessarily affiliates or network marketing, but any business. If they're bad players, they need to be held accountable. But in the United States of America, they are to be given due process. They have constitutional rights.
Yes.
The Constitution is not a suggestion.
Nope.
Look at this, Scott Harris. They even froze my 2 sons' bank accounts because my name was on them. Wow.
Read that.
My youngest son left the next day to go to college with 0 funds in his account to eat, buy books, etc. I had to ask someone to send him money. Dude, that just makes me want to punch somebody in the face.
For selling somebody some coffee and telling them, sell as much as you want, and you can make as much as you want if you sell it. And if you don't sell it, you're not going to make no money.
Shannon is an affiliate.
And she's an attorney too, by the way.
Yeah. My husband and I both hold law degrees. Dude, I met law enforcement officers at this event that literally like, hey, when I get back to wherever they live, I got to put the uniform badge and gun back on and go out and enforce law breakers.
Can you put that Shannon one back up there again? Can you put the Shannon one back up again?
My husband and I both hold law degrees and never once felt anything unethical or unlawful was done. It's outrageous.
Yes. Our expert this is the unique. Look at this. There you go, Pam.
Come on, Pam, bring it.
That's right. So check this out, Ken. Our expert witness. Go ahead.
They were LE as well. LEO. That's awesome. I have a lot of friends in law enforcement, man. And
we got a bunch of them in our
crook. Man, they can sniff out a crook like that. They just know.
Yep.
It's crazy.
We got a bunch of law enforcement officers in our company. We got people that work for the Arizona State Attorney General's office that are affiliates that have signed affidavits saying, what are you guys talking about? This is the most legit direct sales company in the world. Now check this out, kid.
Wow.
Our expert witness came out of nowhere. We didn't even know. Someone that was an affiliate sold some coffee to someone. And the person liked the coffee. And the person signed up to become an affiliate. They paid $49. They became an affiliate. So then with the affiliate, we give you a whole business. We give you back office. We give you everything that you need to run your business. And then if you want to go promote your business, we give you a replicated website link. And if you share that link with someone and they purchase coffees or teas, we'll pay you a 10% commission. Now, or you can get the products in your hands and you can go sell it. Not only did you get your 10% commission when you bought it, you can go sell it for you can go sell it for a higher price, like they do at retail stores. So our expert witness that we didn't end up becoming our expert witness happened to be, I'd love to get his credentials. He happened to be one of the highest ranking military fraud examiners in the military.
Wow.
Like the equivalent of a CSI guy.
Wow.
For the military. He bought coffee, got coffee, earned some commissions.
Wow.
If anybody here knows it, put his name in there in his credentials. If anybody is here, listen to this. Y'all got to hear this. He experienced the whole thing. He reaches out to us and says, I'm volunteering to be your expert witness.
Wow.
He goes, we didn't even know who he was. He
Wow.
goes, this is the biggest sham I've ever seen. This is the worst investigating I've ever seen. This is an absolute kangaroo court inside job, the way this thing is going. He goes, I've never seen it in all my years of investigating. This can't be taken serious because I have my own personal experience. Do you know that the FTC has filed motions to disqualify him from being a witness?
Of course they have.
Where'd you go, by the way, kid?
I'm here. I'm just giving you the stage, bro. Of course they have, man.
They filed motions to disqualify him because he's got firsthand experience.
Wow. That's insane.
They had a spy. I don't know what you call those people that they put in our events and whatever, and then he signed up as an affiliate. But come to find out, yeah, that's the guy. His name is William Rayborn. Put in his credentials, man. It's crazy. But they had somebody come in and sign up. Well, the person said they never received commissions. Well, we went and investigated, and they never put a social security number in the system. They put like X's in there. So we're not going to pay out commissions to somebody that put X's in the system. But then they're trying to use that as evidence against us as if we did something wrong. So wow. He's CFI. He's how they want to disqualify him.
Look at what Shannon. Let's talk about some credentials. A felony prosecutor for 15 years. This is a true miscarriage of justice. The FTC is more akin to the KKK than SBH. I mean, come on. Dude. I'm sorry, but the there's actually some. If you look at it, dude. I mean. It's humorous. Like, dude, how are you going to accuse a black man? I'm sorry.
And like, then say many people are intrigued by the KKK. And you be the number one witness against me.
Dude, that is insane. What in the world, man? That is some crazy stuff. You can't make that up.
No. Well, I'm glad that we got a chance. You know, Ken, you've known about this for a while. Yep. And you've seen me. I've just been what? I just humble been cool
and quiet. You've been very humble and quiet. Yeah. And you did tell me, you said, you know, I never in a million years ever thought I would go through something like what my family's been through. Yeah. You said it's given me. And you, I forget how you put it, but you painted it in a way to me, just in a personal conversation. You're like, you know, it's given me more humility. It's given me a chance to really look at like what life is all about. And you know, I mean, these people.
I got a close relationship with my wife. So what I'm thankful for going through this. So whenever any of you go through trials, tribulations, that's my wife, and she knows the whole back office.
Yeah.
How we got a real investigation with FTC, never got access to our back office, real data, or even understand our business. Yeah. They took the bank statements that they went and subpoenaed our banks. Yeah. So this guy here, this our expert witness, U.S. Army Criminal Investigative Command, by the way. They said, no, let's disqualify him.
Certified financial crimes investigator.
So he's went through all of our stuff.
Fraud examiner, and he is an affiliate with SBA.
He's an affiliate and said, I want to be the expert witness.
Wow, dude. It's crazy. Major procurement fraud unit.
I mean, he's like, he's up there.
Well, I don't even know what all that means.
He's up there. Man.
Feels more like no kidding. It really does.
So you know,
Hey,
we
Bo
came
Rock,
in.
what's up?
We were flying back in from out of the country, and we landed in LAX on January 13th, 2020. There you go. Thank you, Namaka. That's right. We got to write the letter. We got to go call out. So we come in the airport. We're standing in immigration. We come through immigration. A guy comes in the line. He goes, "Oh," he goes, "Are you Mr. Noland?" Mr. Noland, yes. He goes, "Oh, we got a special fast track for you today." I'm like, never had that happen. So here's me and my wife, and at the time, my 4-year-old little boy. And then they kind of go grab us to get our bags. And then he calls another gentleman to come over, walk with us. They walk us right up to the end of the steps out of immigration. As soon as we step up, there's somebody steps up and hands me a stack of papers about that big saying, "You've been sued by the FTC. All your assets are frozen," in front of my 4-year-old little boy. And then they just walk away.
Wow, dude.
And I'm telling you, that day, what they try to put in my son, I don't wish that for any of you out there. Because a couple days later, we found our little boy, our 4-year-old little boy, was hiding his stuffed animals. And we were like, "What are you doing?" And he said, "I don't want anybody to come and take my stuffed animals."
You trying to get me to tear up, aren't you?
That's just what happened, man.
Dude,
Imagine
that's so messed up.
So now this is my side of the story out there on blast. Our attorneys are going at it. This is wrong. It needs to be righted. I'm not saying abolish the FTC, nothing like that. All I'm saying is you were put in place to be able to protect the consumers, and you should be doing it from the way that you were established, which was to work with businesses. If there is something that people are not doing right, which, by the way, it's hard to understand any of their laws. It's like trying to understand the tax code. So it's like you're trapped.
Wow.
It's like you're trapped. Like, you guys that are out here doing business, be careful as long as they're allowed to be in this situation. But if you guys want to do something about it, let's do it.
You know, I don't know how many affiliates you had, a couple thousand. I don't know
7,000.
7,000 affiliates.
Yep.
And a lot of people, this was their full-time income.
Yep.
And
we had staff members, so we were, yep.
1 second.
Yeah.
1 second.
Yeah.
Gone. Their income for their families gone.
The money sitting in the bank account to pay their commissions. There was commissions about a couple $100,000 that was owed, that because we had a wallet system.
Yeah.
So check this out. If we're running some kind of scheme, check this out, Q. Out of the $2.6 million in commissions we paid out, $493,000 of it, people could have chose to have it come to their banks, but instead they pushed it to buy more product. Almost $500,000. They said we're running some kind of scheme. People use their commissions a lot of times to buy more product because they were using and selling the product. Now watch. Yeah. Think about this. What did we say? I mean, what can you do when people are using the products that much? And then you got staff members. We had a warehouse that had 4 staff members. These were minority folks. My granddad asked me, "Please do something for the family." I'm from a small town, Winchester, Kentucky. He said, "Please do something for the family as you grow your business. You got your head on." I go back and I could put my warehouse anywhere. I put my warehouse for products in Winchester, Kentucky. There's 7 grandkids from my grandparents. I had 2 of them working for the company, them and their spouses working for the company. 4 full-time jobs. We were the number 2 shipper of product in all of Winchester, Kentucky, only second behind L81, which is the number 1 beverage there. and they say we ain't doing legitimate business. And all 4 of those people out of work.
Wow.
Now, hold on, Ken. $200,000 worth of commissions sitting in the wallet in a designated bank account that I had sitting in the account. So if anybody wanted to do a run and grab their commissions, we could just push that money from that account. The money was sitting there. All the affiliates are asking for their money, and the receiver and the FTC won't give it to them while they take the money for themselves.
Oh, my God.
The money's sitting in the bank, and they won't give the affiliates the money.
Wow. Look at what June says, dude.
And the money's sitting in the bank that I had set up and owned, designated for them. But they were comfortable because sometimes they would pull their products, they would pull their commissions out.
God.
Look at that. Y'all seeing real here. This ain't me. Y'all see people that are talking. So people
and look
can talk.
Look, there's Sherry Ame. I love this.
Hey,
woman.
Sherry. Beautiful Sherry.
Look, and she said it. And people vote for more governmental control.
I mean, listen, guys, all we got to do is follow the Constitution. That's it. That's all we got to do.
It's very simple. It's cut and dry.
And yeah, and then she's let hundreds of thousands of dollars in products expire. And then she did no marketing.
This is it. And look here, hold up. I got to make a point. So you keep saying she. Now we're not saying this like we call God he. We're saying she is an individual that works for the FTC. It's a person, person.
She works for a law firm called Osborne Maladon. Her name is Kimberly Friday.
Oh my God.
So she's an attorney that the court appointed her, but the FTC picked her to go take over my businesses. Many of my own bank accounts. She took the money. They were supposed to just freeze the assets. She pushed the money out of my accounts to her accounts.
Dude.
What if this happened to you? I'm just curious.
Wow, man. It is absolutely mind-blowing that something like this can occur. It's mind-blowing that something like this can occur. Yeah, Andrea says, how is that legal? It's not. It's not.
Allowed. It's allowed because the people have been letting it happen. And the Supreme Court said no more. But the FTC is running to Congress right now. They've been there the last 3 or 4 days.
Wow.
Yeah, they fired all of our staff, didn't communicate with them. We had to beg them to pay the staff their last checks. They come in, took over, got rid of everybody.
Shannon's right. It's embezzlement.
But anyway,
wow.
We just hear me and Ken. We were talking this morning, and I said, "Ken, did you hear about the Supreme Court case?" And the Ken goes, "What happened?" And I sent it over to him. He goes, "We got to do a live on this." So I'm here because my buddy Ken thought that everybody needs to know this.
I'm telling you, man.
And it puts me on Front Street. They got a target on me. In my opinion, they want me dead because they don't want the truth out there. I'm just letting y'all know. In my opinion, they don't. They want me dead. In my opinion, because this has been so pathetic. The smear they've sensationalized and just done smear campaigns on me all over the place. None of it's true.
Well, you know what, man? I think that especially with the Supreme Court ruling in your favor, you know what I think, man? I think first off, I know you, I know your heart. You knew a while back that I was going through a tough time, and I didn't ask, without even thinking about it, I didn't I didn't expect it. Nothing. We just had a quick conversation about how I was going through a tough time, and bam, man, a bunch, not a little bit, a good amount of money hits my account. I'm like, and it said, I'm like, what the heck, dude? What are you doing, man? And that's just who you are. And it's not like we're best friends. It wasn't like you were helping out your, your blood brother. You were just, that's just your heart, dude. And that's who you are. And people need to, I truly believe, I hate the people that say, that good guys finish last. Because I think that's a bunch of crap. I think good guys finish, period, and bad players never get to.
Yep.
And I think it's going to come out. It's all coming out, man.
Coming out.
And the truth,
Ken, I have an orphanage school that I've been the core support between me and my company since December 2009 in Kenya, Africa. We're up to 370 kids we've had at times. We got 8 school teachers. We take care of these orphans. And this is what we've been doing. We've been taking care of these kids. When this all went down, I'm like, what about the kids? They says, we're not doing anything for that. So all of the affiliates band together and started taking care of the kids for the last 14, 15 months.
Yeah.
It's thousands of dollars a month that these people donate. Thousands and thousands and thousands they donate to take care of those kids. They took it on. If you go to back2back4kids.com, that's why we had to put up that site, because our company takes care of the kids. But when they came and stole our company, then the human beings who cared, that know us, jumped in. So we had to set up back2back4kids.com for people to be able to support and take care of these kids, because the orphans, what they do. And when they were deposing me last February, they started questioning me and Dr. Amos Abuga, who came to the USA, got a doctorate in pharmacy. His dad was a chief in Kenya, left him some land. He turned the land into orphanage schools. He was sending money back there. Since he and I have been running this orphanage school, we've had multiple people attack us over the years from these different businesses that we've had, from these greedy ass people that they want to be greedy and turn around point at us.
Yeah.
And guess what? Dr. Amos gave up his pharmacy career, Ken, and went back, and for the past 3+ years has been on the ground with the kids. The FTC lawyers were questioning me as if something wasn't legitimate about Dr. Amos and our operations in Kenya, where SBH had given over $200,000 to support those kids over 2.5 years or so. And they are questioning, oh, well, who's Dr. Amos, and what's this, and what's that, and what's this, and what's that? See, I think it's because it's those black faces.
Yeah. Wow.
It's those black faces, man. I don't see them doing it to, you got an organization. I don't know. I don't like pulling race cars, but man, it don't smell right to me at all, because it's just the way it is. I've been trying, and they try to file for a summary judgment, so we can't even get to court. So they can't even see our evidence. They don't even want to have us show the judge the evidence, and they want the judge just to stamp and go, "Yep, you guys lose. You lose everything. Give us $8 million, and we're going to smear you for the rest of your life." And I'm just going to stand here. Huh?
I said that's crazy.
And it can happen to you if you don't get a hold of your senators.
Right there.
There it is.
Go to sbhclassaction.com. Find out how to contact your senators and Congress reps to stand up for freedom. Now, look, man, I mean, I don't give a rat's rear end which side of the aisle you're on or you think you're on. I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, black, white, green, purple. I don't care. You have to know that the United States Constitution is a document that's very simple for all of us to follow and abide by. And there are people, bad people, that are trying to strip every single citizen in this country of their rights and their freedoms. Sherry says it right here, freedom. Man, you better want freedom now. You don't want to have to want freedom when you're being loaded up on a train box cart. And I'm just saying, man.
Tell the whole story, man. The numbers tell the whole story. $5 billion they took in and paid back 269 million of it in the form. So where's that other 5 billion?
Where is it? For real, where is that?
Demand accounting. And what I love is Kevin Thompson, one of the top 25 most influential people in direct sales. He's an attorney and also specializes in MLM law. Go over to Kevin Thompson MLM on Facebook. So Kevin Thompson MLM, type him in and look what he's been posting. Look how he's been telling the truth. He posted about us yesterday. He says the gig is up for them getting away with this stuff, but we got to go take action and do something about it. So, hey, I'm going to be here fighting. Nobody's heard me say much about it. I've taken pot shots all over the place, but you ain't had to guess anywhere where I've been. I've been on the front line. I've been out here pouring into people. We went ahead and we've opened up a couple other divisions, new companies that we've had to get launched off the ground from nothing. And guess what? We're up here fighting for your freedom. Everybody listen to my voice. This man, country boy from a small town in Kentucky, raised on a hog farm. I'm up here on the front lines. If you go to civilrightsmoment.com, you can find out all the background work that I've been doing with people that love and honor freedom. We've been hitting it hard. Go to civilrightsfreedom.com and look at the professional videos we put together to tell the truth. And we've had the ex-president, he did an executive order because he was snuffing this stuff out. They ignored it.
Totally.
They ignored it. They felt like they keep getting away with it.
Are you talking about Trump?
Yeah. He did an executive order and said in October 9, 2019.
Wow.
For administrative agencies transparency, saying that that people, any of these agencies must put clearly on their website the rules so that ordinary people can understand it. And they must be given fair warning, not blindsided. Nah, that was ignored. Steamrolled. Wow. There's business owners, man. There's people that's lost their oyster farms. There's people that's lost their land. Go over to civilrightsmoment.com. There it is.
Did you say oyster farm?
Yes, one of the largest oyster-based farms in California. The government came in. The government came in and took them. Made them fight. They lost everything. Wow. This is going on. All these three-letter agencies, this EPA, FTC, these people are not voted in.
And you know who owns more farmland in America now than anybody else?
Who's that?
I just think it's interesting. I think it's Bill Gates now, isn't it?
Really?
Yeah, a computer geek decided he wants to own all the farmland. I don't know why. It's weird. Scott Harris, there's a good dude. There's Francois, another freaking good dude. Melanie, rock star. Look at all these rock stars. Sherry Ame, she's amazing. Sherry said it's Gates. Dude.
All y'all got to do is go pound these senators and your congressmen and say, the game is up. We see it.
Yeah.
Transparency. Follow the Constitution or we're voting you out. That's it.
I think the problem is a lot of those, not everybody, but a lot of them are in on it, dude.
But guess what? If we get this spotlight shining big enough,
they'll get out of it.
They're going to get out of that. Or the ones that ain't doing it right are going to come right. Like my grandma sometimes, she smacked me upside the head and I go, well, I didn't do nothing. She said, well, just in case when you was going to do something.
Right.
You know, all we got to do, man. And listen, guys, I know this has been a longer one. I didn't know Ken was going to have me on this long, but
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I didn't know we were going to talk. I mean, what are you thinking, Ken? I mean, I've been talking. What do you think?
Dude, I said it, man. I think it's a bunch of crap. And I think that people need to start standing up for their rights. And I don't know who said it a little bit ago. Somebody did, and it was many comments ago. But, you know, if we don't stand up for our rights and start fighting back now, we're leaving it up to our children to have to do that.
Right.
And it's going to be way worse if we leave it up to our children. It's going to be way worse for them than it is for us right now. We have a voice. We have the ability to vote people out.
Yep.
I'll give you an example here in Ohio. The governor of Ohio, he's a communist. He showed his true colors. I have a better chance of winning the lottery twice than he has of being voted back into office. And I think that people need to see it. We need to stand up for what's right. We need to stand up.
Yep.
and fight what's happening.
And listen, guys, here's where we're at. Just being raw. They try to take us to deep water. This is so expensive. It's crazy. It's hundreds of thousands of dollars. So if anyone can help support financially while we're in the process of getting back control, we don't know when that's going to happen, but these attorneys' bills, I mean, they're here. So if anybody would like to help, I think over on civilrightsmoment.com, you could donate. And if you help, I believe you're helping save this country. I really do. I believe it. And the money's going over. It's going right over to the attorneys to keep fighting. That's all they've done. They've got an unlimited war chest from the taxpayer dollars that we give them to fight against us.
Yeah.
And so now we need some help. We need some financial help.
Hey, Tavis makes a great point. You can share this video. You may not have a nickel to give to the cause. You may not have, but you know what you do have? You do have the ability to not be selfish in the moment and share this information out. And I don't care if you live in the US, if you live in Canada, if you live in Dubai, I don't care where you live. It's time for us to stand up globally, put all this race bullshit to the side and start saying, you're my brother.
Yeah.
We don't have the same. I might be a little darker than you, but you're my brother, dude. You are. Right. So we need to stop and go, wait a minute. They being these idiots out here in the media that everybody wants to listen to the media, and these idiots out here that want to pretend like they're trying to run a government. We need to stop with the bullshit and say no more and stand up against it now. Right now. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit carried away.
When they lost, instead of being contrite, go look what Kevin Thompson put on his site over at Kevin Thompson, the MLM on Facebook. When they lost, instead of being contrite, they said that the head of the FTC said that the Supreme Court sided with scammers today. So basically, she's calling all 9 justices idiots. And she said they just weakened our number one tool in being able to protect U.S. consumers.
And dude, that's insane. That's insane. Do you guys not get this? We all know the U.S. Supreme Court is made up of left and right, man. There's liberals and conservatives. There are people that I'm like, you got to be out of your freaking mind to say some crap like that. or you're hiding something.
Yep.
What are you hiding?
And now, and watch, if you see how the media spun it, they said the Supreme Court just weakened the FTC's ability to be able to protect consumers. See how they spun it?
I went to YouTube and I looked it up. If you go to YouTube right now and you type in U.S. Supreme Court rules against FTC, that's the search I did. There's a video and it's not even a real voice. It's a computer generated voice saying that now the U.S. Supreme Court has decided to take away rights from citizens. Are you out of your friggin' minds?
That's how they spun it.
That's how they spun it.
$5 billion right there.
Yep.
And only giving back $269 million.
Yep.
This is protecting consumers. Where's this $5 billion at? That's what they're upset about.
How much is it? 5 point what?
5.29 billion they took from American business.
And how much have they paid out? Let me see that.
269 million only.
So just over $5 billion is missing.
And they're mad and saying that the Supreme Court justices, they're calling them. What are you saying when you said the Supreme Court sided with scammers today? What are you saying?
Dude.
Look at that.
Follow the money.
This is all you got to do. This is on their website. This is how bold they are.
You printed that off of their website.
Yes.
Oh my God, dude.
This is how bold they are. And you go talk trash about the justices who said no more. So it's like somebody being upset, going, "Man, you're not giving us authority to keep stealing anymore." And Mo said, "This is history to making." You're right, Mo. Here's Ken, and I'm gonna tell everybody: Ken Walks, the king of online streaming. Because I've had people run away from me all over the place. Can y'all imagine? Look how y'all can't even imagine how many people have tried to distance themselves from me, my precious wife, my son, our families. They've tried to distance. Here's Ken Walls, a true American, a true freedom fighter, having the guts to stream this and have y'all see it. I want all of y'all to make sure you're following Ken. Make sure you know everything, subscribing to his channel, because he's a media source. Online streaming is just another way to say another media. Ken Walls is giving you real media. He's got the guts to sit up here. Everybody, please type in their appreciation for Ken having the guts.
Dude,
y'all know he's
come
got
on,
guts.
man.
I'm serious. Because you know the FTC is going to see this. The FTC is going to see this.
Well, they need to see it.
They hate me without cause.
They need to see it. They need to see it. They need to see it, and they need to wake the hell up.
Just stop, man.
The government, we are the U.S. government, and we rented you an office in our buildings.
Yep.
All right. We let you have an office. You told us you were going to do a job. Now do your damn job and stop overstepping. Yep. That's what the Supreme Court just said. Do your job and stop overstepping. Period.
Period.
Dude. Laura, I had to break out I don't even know. This is I don't even remember what kind of suit. Oh, it's a Boss. Hugo Boss. Yeah, I'm in a suit.
He's a boss. Because he's a boss.
Right.
Man. He's a boss.
Right.
I don't know how everything's gonna play out. All I know is I'm up here on this front line. I ain't got nothing to hide. Just like when I told them, when they came to me the first, y'all tell me, I want to make sure y'all get this. Ken, I want to make sure everybody gets this. I have nothing to hide. Look at the date of that. That's May 19th. Look at that. That's May 20th, 2019. All right. This is my attorney at the time, David Eisenstein. Okay. Yes, Rex, you're watching live. All right. And so we found out in May of 2019, April or May, that they were subpoenaing my bank records. And they told the bank, by the way, not to let me know that they were subpoenaing my bank records, Ken.
What?
Yes.
Come on, dude.
And Wells Fargo, out of all of my banks, I had multiple bank accounts. Wells Fargo happened to be the one that did let me know that they were subpoenaing. Now, I'm going to read y'all what this letter says when we found out that they were investigating, because they said they were checking into that 2000 order where I did nothing wrong but settled with no admission of wrongdoing. I'm going to read you what my attorney said to him. He says,
hold on real quick, dude. For anybody jumping on right now, like Laura, I call her Dr. Laura. Just give everybody a quick summary of what we're talking about here.
The Supreme Court, just a couple of days ago on the 22nd, handed down a 9-0 decision. So all 9 justices, when they ruled against the FTC for violating Section 13B of the FTC Act, that they had been abusing their power, robbing American business owners out of billions of dollars for decades by taking the 13B that says you get an injunction only, not restitution, not disgorgement, none of that. You don't get any of that. What that means, the way the law was written from Congress is, if the FTC thinks somebody's doing something wrong or about to do something wrong, they can go into court and get an injunction and then make you just stop right there. So you can't go forward you got to just stop until they vet it out, investigate it out. Now, if they think what you've done is to the point where they can get money, they've got Section 5 and 19 that says, well, here's the process that you go through, FTC. This is what the Congress told them. If you want to get back ill-gotten gains. But the ill-gotten gains has to go through a due process. So an administrative process to where you get to be able, so both sides get to present their case. What the FTC has done is taken Section 13B and taken the word injunction, and they got some lower courts to expand that word to mean restitution and disgorgement. When they expand that word, that means that a judge can say, all your assets are frozen. Anything you've ever owned in your life is now frozen. For example, my best friend, Scott Harris, which is also my partner, he has a house in Bowling Green, Kentucky, which is about 12,000 square feet, that he bought before we started our company, that had probably $800,000 to $1 million worth of equity in it before we started our company. They froze his house. So they went and looked back at anything. They said that all the coffee and teas that we sold, which is about $7 million worth, that they get to get all that money back because they consider it ill-gotten. Then they start subpoenaing all the people around you and trying to look at their bank records and see if they're connected to you. They start prying all over the place. And so the government said that 13B only means you get an injunction, which is stop what's going on right now. That's it. They got some lower courts to expand that, and the FTC for decades has now been going out getting billions of dollars without having to go through the proper Congress process. And the Supreme Court, 9 justices to 0 said, you guys are, what you've been doing is illegal. That's what happened.
Liberal and conservative, you all.
Justice Breyer,
liberal and conservative.
Justice Breyer, who wrote the order, the opinion, which most consider the most liberal, he wrote the order.
It's crazy, man.
And said
crazy.
They've taken the small tail and wagging a big dog with it. That's what they said. That's what Justice Breyer said. Paraphrase.
Dude, it's absolutely just freaking unbelievable.
Look at these people that they said that they're protecting. Because they supported us, they started subpoenaing those peoples.
Wow.
Wanting to get all their records, everything from them. So watch this. So before any of this happened.
Yeah, read that. Yeah.
We found out May 20th, 2019. We found out sometime in May that they were investigating because Wells Fargo said they're subpoenaing our records. So my attorney at the time reached out, and I'm going to read what he said. He said, "Dear Mr. Ware, as we discussed by telephone earlier today, I represent James E. Noland Jr., Success by Media LLC, and its divisions, collectively referenced herein as SBM. With respect to the commission's ongoing review to assure compliance with the final judgment order for a permanent injunction as to J.D. Noland, signed by the U.S. Court Judge Frederick Martone, July 2002, and filed July 8, 2002. My purpose in corresponding with you at this time is to convey my client's offer of cooperation in the commission's ongoing review to assure compliance with the injunction. It is our hope that you will agree that my client's cooperation will help expedite the commission's review. Please advise at your earliest convenience as to whether the offer of cooperation set forth is in this correspondence is acceptable. Sincerely, David Eisenstein." What does that mean to you, Ken? What does that mean to you, that letter to you? What does that mean to you?
I don't know, man.
Does that mean I'm cooperating? I'm open? What? I offer my cooperation. They tell him, "Oh, we're good."
It's unbelievable, man.
So this is May 2019. January 13, 2020, as I come off a plane in the airport, they freeze all my assets and sue me without accepting any of my cooperation, and intentionally gave the court false evidence.
Unfreaking believable.
Yes, Laura, froze everything I had.
Since January of 2020.
Yes. So all my banks, including my business banks, other business accounts and businesses that didn't have anything to do with it, froze that. Froze it. I got a boat, for example, Ken. You know I love to fish. My boat is in a storage in Kentucky that I paid $300 a month for. We went to go, I had somebody go check on the boat to make sure it's okay. When they went, the code didn't work. We were like, "What's this?" So my friend goes inside to the storage and says, "Why can't I get in?" They said, "You have to get a hold of the receiver." The FTC froze my boat. It's in a storage in Kentucky. We asked them, "Can we take it out to service it?" They said no. We said, "Well, we're paying this," and they said, "You got to pay the storage bill." So I got to pay $330 a month with the boat in storage that they won't let me service, that I bought in 2006.
Wow.
This can happen to all of y'all.
My God, dude.
It happened to me, happened my wife, my beautiful wife. Lena was just helping with support with the back office and making sure to run the company, the events. They put her name on it. She's never spoken.
Let's be real. Lena's what, like 100 pounds soaking wet, and,
yep,
and I don't even know
pounds.
How tall is she? 5 foot?
5 foot, 100 pounds.
Yeah, and just as sweet as can be.
They smeared her everywhere.
Oh man.
smeared Scott Harris, Tommy Sacker. Tommy Sacker's 60 years old. He's having heart issues over it.
Wow.
We've been having to keep him alive.
That's crazy, dude.
We've been going a long time on this, huh? I mean, this must be deep to you, kid, like be hitting a chord on you.
Look, man, here's the deal, okay? First off, you're like a brother to me. And it wouldn't even matter. That part doesn't matter. What matters is you just said it. This can happen to you. It can happen to anybody. Anybody when a government agency that's supposed to be protecting consumers has this kind of power. It's overreach, man. It's ridiculous. And here's the cool part. The highest court, the highest decision maker besides God in the United States said, no, nope. You don't get to do that. No.
Nope. And then they went and immediately tried to spin it. Yeah. And Peter Mingles, he's one of the very few people that posted the truth in the media. If you go to MLM.news, he's been covering the whole thing from the beginning. And he's the only one. He did the outrage with the KKK comments in the court. We went all over the place. That's what we're working on, Laura, for them to correct.
For everybody. I can't bring it up with a straight face. I'm sorry. I'm a terrible host. For everybody that missed it, tell them about the KKK reference.
We're sitting in the court at the hearing, at the preliminary injunction hearing.
And there's a lot of people watching right now that were in that courtroom when this happened.
Hacked on our side. We had affiliates come in from all over the country. It's packed. On their government side, it was, 4 or 5 people sitting over there. We're sitting there, and then they're examining the expert witness, Stacy Bosley from Hamlin University in Minnesota. She's a professor. So the FTC hired her to be an expert witness against us to try to prove that our commission plan is not legal, which it is the most shoddy job in the history. I think a 6th grader can poke holes all through her deal. I'm serious. And then we can prove it. And she's on the stand. Well, they found out that, I don't know how long ago she had done articles and she's done speeches where she has tried to relate MLM direct sales to the Ku Klux Klan. So my attorneys ask her, why are you doing articles and relating MLM to the Ku Klux Klan? And she starts squirming, and you could tell she wasn't comfortable. And then she goes, well, and I got to get if I had the paper, I could read it, but you can see it. It's all court record. She says, many people are intrigued by the KKK. And the whole court was, and I'm sitting there as a black man, CEO, going, this is the number one witness against me, saying that many people are intrigued by the KKK.
Wow.
And I asked myself a question. I said, Jay, are you intrigued? I said, I'm not intrigued by the KKK. And I whispered in my wife's ear, and she said, I'm not. And then I started hearing all the other people going, we're not freaking intrigued by the KKK. So who is intrigued by the KKK to her?
She is.
Must be. Why would she say that?
Dude, wow.
Look, there's people that are posting now. They heard her say it with their own ears.
Absolutely unbelievable, man.
And the court has ignored that issue. We try to bring it up. Like, can this be allowed in your courtroom? And Robert Mailer, he's the ex-senior vice president of PepsiCo.
Wow.
He was in the courtroom.
Wow. That's just crazy. Jacqueline, thank you. I listen to what Jacqueline is saying. You got to share this out. This information, dude, is my honestly, and I haven't even. I can't believe we've been on here an hour and 40 minutes. That's insane.
Crazy.
Yeah, can you imagine? Look what Hamlin University needs to like go.
Listen, the affiliates and friends have sent dozens and dozens and dozens of letters to the dean or whoever the equivalent of Hamlin. He won't even respond to them.
Oh my God.
The Hamlin University, whoever runs the head there, won't respond to anybody regarding those statements of that professor.
It completely blows my mind, dude. Completely blows my mind.
And there's somebody that's going to hear this that you got influence to hate. You got influence, and you should hate about what you're hearing to be able to contact. If you just get with your Congress, your Senate, and go look at this. And I want everybody to go in on the internet and type in, does the FTC have blood on its hand? Article done by just a random attorney who's been watching what's going on. And he gets with the student from the University of Michigan Law School, and they did studies on this.
Wow.
And they concluded that the FTC seems to have blood on their hands because multiple business owners have committed suicide. I talked to some of the owners that this has happened to. One owner told me, he said, I had a $12 million insurance policy. They came in. He said his company was doing over $15 million a month in sales.
Jeez.
They were sponsors of like the Phoenix Suns. They were partly sponsors of the Phoenix Coyotes. They were an MLM company. And he says, out of the blue, he says, I think he said he had 200 employees. He said law enforcement officers raided his offices, fired all 200 employees but one, knocked on his door, said, everything you got is frozen. You've been sued. Boom. There it is. What is that?
Thank you, Jacqueline. Yeah, it's a link. It's a link. It's if she put it in the live feed, it's clickable. So go check it out. Jay, man, you know I love you, dude. I'm freaking I'm so happy for you that the Supreme Court has ruled in favor of stopping this nonsense. The seizing of assets, not even giving you the ability to fight back. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. Like if we would have had an opportunity that day they went in, this happened in Arizona, Meg, the Ninth Circuit. If we would have had the opportunity to go and say, well, the guy that's your chief witness that filed all those complaints, well, he just had an affair. He had an affair with our assistant. So this guy here worked for me. He had an affair with, this is my ex-assistant. He wanted to leave his wife and 3 kids, one which is special needs. We said no. He got pissed off and went out and filed all these false complaints.
Wow.
And the government, when I'm trying to cooperate, instead of listening to me, they said, no, we're going to listen to this man who had an affair against his wife with my assistant and has a preliminary injunction against him in the state of Nevada from a court judge. We're going to listen. Yeah, that's 1,228 signatures.
What's the petition link?
Change.org/FTC-action. Somebody's going to type that in, I bet. There's a petition out there. Get that to 1,500. I mean, these are a lot of these people are not affiliates. These are freedom lovers of the country.
Yeah, and you know, that's the other thing is the unknown money that you guys have lost as a result of all of this is just, it's got to be insane, man. It's got to be insane.
Millions.
Thank you, Tevis. Appreciate that. Tyler did it too.
Yeah, go
Thank
over
you,
there,
guys.
sign that petition, man. Sign that petition.
Yeah.
Tell somebody, reach out to senators, reach out to governors, say they're trying to backdoor. They're trying to do it right now. Listen, we got to take quick action to protect consumers. Give us our power. They're in there doing it right now, trying to steal people's money, in my opinion.
It's craziness, man.
Hamlin University in Minnesota needs to be questioned about that.
Everybody go over to change.org/FTC-action. We are currently live on multiple Facebook pages, 2 YouTube channels, LinkedIn, and Twitter. So go out. You can find me on Twitter. Just share it out on Twitter. Just retweet this on Twitter. Tag Jay on Twitter. Share this on Instagram. If you have the ability to swipe up on Instagram and add a link, share a link on Instagram with this video. Share this everywhere, because this is where we take our country back. We get our freedoms back. We stop letting government. It's a handful of people that are overstepping their reach, that are overreaching and abusing power. And the more that we just ignore it and go, oh, you know what? Jay's got it. Jay's fighting it for us. Go, Jay. And we don't share it out. We don't get the message out. Then you know what? We're just as guilty by not helping fight this. We're just as guilty. And I'm telling you that I think everybody needs to share this out. Get this out. Go to change.org, /FTC-action. Sign the petition now. Don't wait. Go do it right now while it's fresh in your mind. Go over there, sign the petition, and get other people to sign the petition, and stop letting the government push us around. We got to stop. It's got to stop.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. It's a government agency, not elected. You're right. You're right, Melanie.
Yep.
They're not elected. It's crazy.
You ought to hear how they talk to us. I mean, when we had to do depositions, me and my wife have done them twice now. And so the second time we had to do them, and I'll end with this because we got to wrap up. But the second time we did it, my wife for Spanish purposes, to make sure, because we're dealing with legal, they bring an interpreter in. My wife is from Colombia. Okay. She's immigrated here. So we had a Spanish interpreter. So they were going through it all day. And you could tell that the FTC attorney was irritated by having to go through the translator. And so once it was over with, I don't know if they thought we were not on camera or what. The FTC attorney goes, oh yeah, Jonathan Ware, the FTC attorney, he goes, something to the effect of, well, at least we don't have to deal with any Spanish anymore. Wow. And the translator is sitting there, and she will testify that she was appalled. My wife was offended because she's Latina. The Spanish translator was offended. It was ugly what he said.
Wow.
But this is what these people in the power can do, especially the people of color. We're watching it happen all over the place. And if they go smear me, go, oh, Jay, he's this and he's that, and he bought a Range Rover. Listen, my company, by the way, had a $646,000 profit in 2019. Our second or third full year, with $1.8 million in inventory. And they try to say I'm running my company shabby.
Crazy.
Most companies don't make a profit for 3 to 5 years. I do 646,000. And then they talk, oh, he's bought a Range Rover, and it's my Ken. If you go buy anything with your company, can you imagine having a government or a court commenting about what you went and spent your money on? This is what they want to do.
It's crazy, dude. Look, That's a whole different conversation. If you got a problem with people that are successful and buy Range Rovers, you might want to take a look at that. That has nothing to do with the person or the Range Rover. That has something to do with you. Go look in the mirror. So look, man, I appreciate you. Let's wrap this up. I love you, dude. I'm happy that this appears to now be moving in the direction that it needs to move. And even though now the FTC is going back to Congress and trying to get the power back that the Supreme Court took away from them 2 days ago, they're already petitioning Congress to get their power back and saying that these 9 Supreme Court justices who are liberal and conservatives, these 9 justices said, no, FTC, you're overstepping. You're abusing your power. You can't do this. You got to give people due process.
Yep.
You got to give people due process. And so, look, man, go sign the petition. Follow Jay everywhere. This is coming out. Mo Rock is right. 9-0. 9-0. It's historical. You guys, look, man, go to sbhclassaction.com. I'm sure that is the petition on that site too, the SBH.
Yeah, everything's there. You can get everything at sbhclassaction.com.
sbhclassaction.com. You guys go over there right now and get involved in this. Don't be a sideliner. Don't stand on the sidelines and watch everybody else fight the battles. Nope. Don't do that. That's not how you win in life. Get in the mix and help. Love you, brother.
When this started, my son was 4. He just turned 6. And we still have everything frozen. And he's had to miss out on all. Dude, if I say it, I'm a ball cry. But I'm fighting for his future. This will not happen ever again. I don't care if I got to lose my life. This ain't happening no more on my watch. I'm gonna give it every inch I got. And I'm not saying that we don't need regulation. I'm not saying it. I'm just saying we have to have an order of things that's fair. And what's the fairest document in the world is our Constitution. Simple. Thank you, Ken, for having me.
Appreciate you, brother. Keeping you and your family in my thoughts and prayers, as is everyone watching, man. So well done to you for sticking in there, man. Yep. Well done.
Thank you to all of our supporters, the hundreds and hundreds and now thousands of people that are supporting us. Thank you guys for giving. The people that have given hundreds of thousands of dollars to support us, to help us pay for groceries. Groceries.
It's crazy, man.
This is amazing. We love all you guys. Thank you so much.
Love you guys. Thank you all. Appreciate you all.
Bye-bye.